head to Rebecca. So about Third Eye and how your husband might have been a cult member of that before starting Atlas.
A few more questions, if you don't mind. Have you seen this before?
Don't take any notice of that.
Why?
James Wilson is a fantasist. He spends his time pretending to cast spells in the woods. He's not exactly a stable person.
Right.
And, I heard that he was involved with growing cannabis.
Really?
Oh.
Don't quote me on that.
So you don't think there's any truth at all to this?
None at all.
Well, alright. Thinks James is a fantasist. Alright.
Okay, that's it for now. Thank you.
Well, she didn't give me anything new, really. I mean, nothing too big yet. We'll see later, I guess. Let's head on to Simon and Emma.
A few more questions, if you don't mind.
So, about the packet of dried leaves.
You know what these are, by any chance?
No. Sorry. I don't know anything about plants or things like that, but you should ask Rebecca. She used to live on a farm. She'd know.
You know who else used to live on a farm? Simon. He'd know.
Ever heard of Salvia divinorum?
Yeah, I've heard of it. It's a drug, isn't it?
Yeah. Hallucinogenic drug. Ever tried it?
No.
Yeah, it's a hallucinogenic drug. Ever tried it? The look on his face. No, salvia is hallucinogenic drug, but doesn't know anything about plants. That's clearly a contradiction, but fine. Sure, whatever.
Have you seen this?
Yeah. It was all over college last year. James made it. Idiot.
So you don't agree with what I'm saying?
No, I don't agree with anything James says. He's absolutely crazy. He thinks that the government has been controlled by aliens, that we're all bugged. He's nuts.
He does seem a little unhinged. Doesn't believe anything James says and saw it last year. So you saw it last year, but you don't know anything about the mask. Okay. Well,
Thank you.
Simon.
Probably back later.
Alright. What about this?
Know what these are?
No. Look a bit like sage leaves.
Haven't seen them before, though.
Not at all, no.
Because James says that you and him traded for these.
Ever heard of Salvia divinorum?
Salvia divinorum.
Magic mint. Same thing.
Oh, yeah, you mean the drug? Yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, ever tried it?
Well, once or twice, yeah. But it's not really my sort of thing. It messes with your brain. I've never tried any other drugs either. Nothing like that. Nothing hallucinogenic.
Yes, of course. How about this third eye?
Have you seen this before?
Oh, is this the thing that James did? Yeah, I've heard of it.
What do you know about all this? A third eye, I think they were called?
I don't really know anything about it. I mean, I've heard about Liam's death, but all I know about Three Eyes or whatever is on this flyer.
So you hadn't heard about third eye?
No, sorry.
You haven't heard about third eye. And yet there's the cardboard mask with the same symbol. Has tried salvia a few times, but hasn't seen the leaves before. Come on. We'll head on to Ryan, was his name? Is that right? The Rand? Denny Rand? No. To the atrium. Try the lounge again. Fire door keeps shut. Ryan.
More questions, if that's okay.
A few more things to ask of you. Quite a few more things to ask of you since I've left.
If I did
Here goes
this, would that mean anything to you?
It's a devil sign, isn't it? Is that what you're getting at, Inspector?
This is not something you use on the course.
Of course it's not something we use on the course, Inspector. I don't even know what that could possibly mean exactly.
Interesting, because everybody keeps saying it's been used on the course. Thinks it's a form of a devil sign, but used to read about black magic and satanic rituals. Doesn't believe in it. Come on, there's gotta be something here. Used to read about black magic and satanic rituals, but doesn't know how it can be used. Okay, fine. We'll continue with Liam's death.
What can you tell me about Liam?
Oh, Liam. You mean the boy who committed very unfortunate, isn't it?
Did you know him?
Oh, yes. Well, I say know him. I met him in the pub. Seemed very happy sort of person. Well, I say he seemed happy. He can't have been, can he?
Yes. What about free to be free?
Can you tell me a bit about the phrase free to be free?
Free to be free, my favourite motto.
Your favourite motto, and yet
we teach
this
our
symbol means
students
nothing
that
to you.
people, they suffer from excessive guilt, don't they? Excessive self-criticism, excessive doubt. Evils of excess, we call them. And we tell our students that if they rid themselves of these evils, then they're free to realise their full potential.
Who came up with all this?
I did.
I have a background in psychology.
Honestly?
Yeah, don't look so surprised, Inspector. There's an intellect lurking in here.
Sure there is.
Did you come up with the phrase?
When we were based at the village hall. When I say we, I came up with the phrase. Dad's more the money man.
And very successful at it too, I hear.
Oh, he's successful, but he's not a creative man. Dad suffers from a lack of imagination.
Sure. So, you invented the phrase, but you don't know what the symbol could be used for. Son of a bitch. Phrase, don't know what the symbol could be used for. Damn it. Okay, fine.
Do you know what
magic
this
mint
is?
Looks like chopped tea bags to me. What is it?
I just thought you might know.
I don't know anything about plants, Inspector. What you should do is ask Rebecca. She knows far more about these things than I do. Messy things, growing things.
Sure. Salvia divinorum.
Have you ever heard of Salvia divinorum?
No. What is it?
It's a hallucinogenic plant, a legal one, at least for the moment.
I've no interest in drugs, Inspector. My job. That's the only drug I need. As trite as that may sound.
Do you know any students who may have used hallucinogens?
No. My students aren't interested in that kind of thing. Besides, no one is allowed drugs or alcohol onto the site. I don't think anyone has ever brought drugs to Atlas.
Do you have any medicines on site at all?
No, we're not allowed. Insurance purposes.
Sure. Doesn't keep any medicines on site. Doesn't allow drugs or alcohol onto the premises. And yet, you could be drunk before coming to Alice.
What do you know about this?
Here's the big one, I bet.
Not much.
So you've never seen this before? You don't know anything about third eye?
Well, I don't remember seeing it now.
You don't recognize any of the symbols on it?
Sorry.
Really? Here's a big contradiction. Doesn't recognize any symbols. Frickin' cardboard mask.
Ryan, you've just told me all about the moon symbols on the mask. Then you're claiming you don't know anything about the symbols on the flyer. It's all the same thing.
Oh, actually, yes. Sorry, yes, I do remember that.
So what did you know about third eye?
Not much, really. Never came into contact with them.
That explanation was way too short. Ryan's definitely hiding something.
Yeah. Never came into contact with Third Eye. But your phrase was invented while you were based at the village hall.
Aha. According to the flyer, this Third Eye group was based at the village hall, is that right?
Was it?
That's where you were based, wasn't it? Yeah, you said you invented the Atlas phrase free to be free while you were based at the village hall.
Exactly.
So I did.
So you must have come into contact with Third Eye at some point.
You were a
using
member.
the same hall.
Well, I'm afraid I haven't been entirely honest with you, Inspector.
Ah.
You see, Third Eye...
And Atlas are the same thing.
Third Eye is, or was, Atlas under a different name. Sorry.
Atlas is Third Eye.
Exactly.
In a new improved form, yes.
And you ran Third Eye.
With Dad, yes.
So you must have known Liam. You didn't just meet him, did you?
Yes, I knew him, Inspector, but don't get your hopes up. All of this has been thoroughly investigated and cleared up.
You've been investigated about his death?
They dropped the case. We didn't have anything to do with it. Well, when I say drop the case, I mean, a police investigation is one thing, but what the public thinks is another. They threatened to go public, and then James bloody Wilson started distributing his flyers, and that was it. No choice. There was an end to it.
You had to change the name.
We'd already paid the family an out-of-court settlement. I thought that was an end to it. But then James and his cronies, they...
Cronies?
So
Who's
we had to
cronies?
close down. Buy a new place. Rebrand. So eventually, we reopened here.
And nobody found...
Up till now, yes.
Nobody's the wiser?
So you knew James Wilson too?
We knew James, but he didn't know us as such. Oh, he was very quick to shoot us down, but he didn't do anything like actually coming to the course to see what he was about.
So James wouldn't know that you were now running Atlas.
Okay, that makes a little bit more
Unless he
sense.
came to one of our courses.
And how much of all that stuff was true? ECT machines, brainwashing.
I'm afraid that exists only exclusively in the mind of Mr. Wilson. All we do is make better business people. We challenge their prejudices and presumptions.
Sure.
Why don't you come along and see for yourself? The course starts in 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Excuse me, Inspector. Hello. I can't come back now. Well, you have my car at the moment. All right. All right. See you later.
Was that your dad?
That was Dad. I have to go back.
Back
You
where?
can come and meet him if you like.
I think I will.
Have a chat.
Come with me.
It's 8 p.m. Oh my. But we're getting into the middle of a scene. See you guys next time.